folks, welcome back to Clueless Cooking 101. Thank you for joining us. And today we're going to do an episode on bruschetta. So stick with us, and my new friend Wendy is going to help us make bruschetta, and we're in her kitchen. Come on in, Wendy. And we're going to put on our aprons and get started.
Tammy, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
You're very welcome. So the last time that Wendy and I met in this kitchen, she proclaimed that she knew nothing about cooking, which is, if you look around her kitchen, that's probably not true. But we made bruschetta. It went to a book club, and I think it was pretty successful, wasn't it?
It was definitely a big hit in my book club.
Yep.
And I had never made bruschetta bread. I actually didn't even know what it was. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay, so we're going to do it again. Let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is give you a listing of the ingredients. There are 9 of them that we're going to use on top of this bruschetta bread. And I'm going to start out with a few, and then Wendy's going to finish up with a few. So a lot of them I hope you're familiar with, and they're from my previous episodes. First one, we're going to cut up a whole onion. Here's some fresh parsley. I'm going to put that in there. Got some Parmesan cheese. Going to use a cup of that. And baguette. We're going to open it and cut that into slices. And then go ahead, Wendy.
Yeah, and then some olive oil in this cute little container here. Minced garlic. The petite diced tomatoes, organic. Pepper. And then a little sriracha for flavor.
Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, and Wendy's got this like electric chopper that is, I'm kind of jealous. So we're going to cut up the onion first of all, and in her fancy chopper, and I'll have Wendy do that while I open the tomatoes. And this time, there you go. This time, we're going to drain the tomatoes. Where in the last episode when we made tomato soup, we didn't drain the tomatoes. So I'm going to open them and drain them while Wendy cuts up this onion.
So in full disclosure, I don't usually cut the onion. I make my husband do it because it makes me cry. But the chopper is going to help out with that.
So you know, Clueless Cooks Wendy, they don't even know how to chop onions. We show them how to do that. A lot of fancy cooking shows already have all the ingredients measured out and cut up and stuff like that.
Right?
We don't do that. There you go. All right.
All right.
This fancy little chopper is quite a device. You can hand cut it as far as that goes, but it's the bomb. It's way better than mine. I'm kind of jealous.
I think all these will fit in there. No, I better not.
I don't remember.
I know. I think we did 2 last time, so. Okay. There we go.
Perfect.
It makes it look so easy. What I've been working on for the last 2 years is bringing to life my company, Jane Wick, which is women's gun range backpacks. So think Michael Kors meets the gun range.
We love it. We love it. All right, we're going to pour in the can of diced tomatoes. They're organic. I get them from Walmart. So it's pretty easy. Actually, I got everything at Walmart. It's pretty much a no-brainer. And the next thing that we're going to do is we have like lots of little ingredients that we put a little bit just for flavoring. There we go. And except for we're going to chop some parsley because, you know, well, you're a mom too, but I'm a mom. My children are already grown, but I always like to have green things in my food. I think it was originally supposed to be basil, but we're going to put like a half a cup of parsley in this. So just cut the edges off of it. I already rinsed it. That's why it's a little bit wimpy.
Yeah, so the first time that you told me to cut parsley, I was trying to pull it all apart.
Oh, yeah.
And I hadn't actually done that, only dried parsley. And so then she said, no, you can just cut right off the top. So, you know, I've already learned a few things cooking with her.
Yeah,
so.
I just take the shortcut no matter what.
And I wasn't even sure if this is how you really did it.
Yeah.
But, yep, this is
Yep.
what she taught me last time.
That's probably enough.
Okay.
And then you know what you can do is just like chop it in a couple of different directions. Oh, no, we eat the stems too.
okay.
They're really good
Okay.
for us.
Okay, good.
Don't worry about that.
See, I didn't realize that. I'm
Yeah.
trying to pull the
like
stems out. Yeah.
really picky people do not eat the stems. I have a girlfriend who, when she makes a spinach salad, my job is de-stemming the spinach
Oh,
because she thinks that that's really not acceptable. But she asked me for recipes, so I feel vindicated. All right, let's see if that's a half a cup. We're close enough. It smells really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Fresh.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah, if you have a little bit more than a half a cup, it's really
That's
okay.
good. So
Yep,
just pour
dump
that
it
in. Okay, great.
Okay, we're gonna move that for now. We're gonna do 1 cup of Parmesan. I hope. Oops.
I
And
love
here's the
Parmesan.
Here's the 1 cup.
It's one of my favorite cheeses.
Yep.
And it's nice and high in protein, so you
Yeah.
get a lot of good protein in
Yeah.
them.
Have you ever seen those Parmesan wisps where they actually make crackers out of? It's all Parmesan cheese.
I don't think I've seen that one specifically, but I have seen people making crackers out of cheese.
Crackers out of cheese. Okay,
Yeah.
well that's what they are. They're
Yeah.
crackers out of cheese.
Yeah. I need to
Okay.
make some out of that.
So, tablespoon of that, tablespoon of that, and a tablespoon of that. And here's the tablespoon that I brought.
So my husband is really excited that we're making this again today.
Oh.
And
He liked it.
Yeah, he liked it, and he was disappointed that I was taking it all to book club last time.
Yeah.
So today he's like, okay, now make some good bruschetta. And I was like, okay.
So what you don't know is Wendy's getting to keep all the bruschetta except for what we taste. So
Yeah,
that's the deal.
He's pretty happy about that.
All right. Again, this is just Walmart's minced organic garlic. You can get it in the produce section. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I think it was actually only a teaspoon, but whatever.
Oh,
that was my mistake. It wasn't yours.
wondering. I was like, man, that's a lot of sriracha. Maybe I shouldn't put it all
do
in.
half of it.
Okay. I was thinking that, but I was like, well, it was amazing last time. So.
Well, this might have a little more kick.
Right? Well, my husband would like that
Okay,
too.
so here's the secret on
Yeah,
this.
tell me.
So you turn it upside down and grind it.
First, before you take the lid off.
And then you have to grind it more. There's like a little well in there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I learned that by mistake.
Right? That is definitely not how I would have done it, but.
So.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that's because the spoon's down here and it's got sriracha.
Right, with salt and pepper, I figure, you
whatever.
just put in how much ever you feel like.
All right, stir it up and we're ready to go. There's a little bit of parsley that's left over. So we've got like a half a cup and then a couple. Check out the cluelesscooking101.com website where we feel your pain in terms of drive-through food is full of bad guys. DoorDash, it's very expensive and all that stuff. And if you go to Clueless Cooking 101, there's a link to not only our blog, which gives our background a little bit, as well as some recipes so that you can be self-empowered and you can prepare your own food and liberate yourself in terms of eating clean and healthy. You'll be healthier in the long run.
If you want to check out our bags, go to janewick.com and you'll see all of our gun range bags. They go on sale February 20th.
Things up.
So we made this for my book club. I was determined all the women in my book club make amazing food. And I haven't brought that much amazing food. And so I asked Hammy to help me make something really good my book club would enjoy so I could start doing my part in bringing good stuff to book club. And this was our first thing, and my book club loved it.
Yeah, somebody else. Who was it? Maybe at Rotary that tasted it?
He's in my book club.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the first guy in our book club. But, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
it looks like we're all...
there's the camera you can show. That's what it looks like. It's
Yeah.
not super fancy or hard to do or anything like that. You just have to have a couple of measuring devices.
It smells so good.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah, we should be doing this in the afternoon so we have a glass of wine. I heard that what's her name? Julia Childs. She used to drink wine while she was preparing her recipes, and she would just like really get smashed.
I love to drink a little drink while I'm cooking in the evenings.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Takes the edge off. Okay. So the only thing I didn't bring scissors. You can probably open this up without scissors, but this is just a French baguette. You can use any kind of bread that you want. All right. And so I brought a serrated knife if you don't have one.
I do-ish.
That's good. That's exactly what I have.
Okay.
So the only thing that I suggest is that we slice it on the diagonal. It makes the pieces look a little fancier, and it makes them a little bit bigger.
And I will tell you, I was surprised when you first told me that, because I had never cut bruschetta bread before ever in my life. So, but they did look pretty cool. So, here. Of course, I'm left-handed, so this
little
out
of your way.
counter is like almost. But okay, here we go. Last time, the very first one I cut last time was super funny looking and definitely thicker than all the rest. So I feel like I'm much better at it this time.
Okay, you're an old pro.
Well, yeah, from you teaching me.
So, do you think I should? I might have cooking classes at this very charming place in Rogers. I won't give out the name yet because I don't want to put the owner on the spot. But do you think that bruschetta should be one of the classes?
Yes. Oh, yes. Because I loved it. It's so easy and it looks so fancy.
It does. But you know, something that I didn't get into before is I've done all kinds of toppings for bruschetta. We've done something that's like, this is more Italian. It would be really Italian if it had basil in it instead of parsley. Okay. But I did like a Greek bruschetta. I did a breakfast bruschetta where I did like actually scrambled eggs and sausage and mixed them all up with a little sriracha and little onions and then put it on top and baked it. So it was like this little breakfast thing on toast. It was really good.
That is so interesting that it's that versatile. You told me that before and I was telling somebody about it. I was like, yeah, now that I learned how to make this Italian one, now I could try to make a Greek one, you know. But I haven't done that yet.
We could try like Mexican with maybe some refried beans and some cumin and some 3 cheeses and some cilantro. Ooh, that would be really, really good.
See, you are so creative. Yeah. That is so creative. Yeah. I would never even think of all that.
Yeah. I made a little, I think if you make like small ones, and then they're super thin, that's called a tostini. Not 100% sure, but I did that. I made a picnic for somebody that had done me a favor in my business. And I did the Mexican thing because I made him some bean soup, some pureed beans, and I'll show you how. We'll learn that in another episode, to make beans from scratch using, of course, our famous bone broth. They taste fabulous. And,
I was watching that bone broth episode. Yeah. I really appreciated you doing that because I didn't know how to make bone broth, and I really like using it now to cook noodles.
Yeah, exactly, because it just infuses a little bit of flavor. Do you know who started that in the 40s?
Who?
James Beard, and we all know who he is. He's like, you know, they're the James Beard Awards, and he cooked anything. He would substitute water with bone broth. And so your rice tastes better. We're going to learn how to cook quinoa and rice in another episode using bone broth. Yeah. So get on it and learn how to make that stuff, or you can buy it. You can buy organic bone broth from Walmart or whatever, but it's a little pricey. It's a little expensive, and you can make about 1 gallon of it yourself for whatever water costs you, and a little bit of celery and onions. But we'll worry about that later. Okay, cookie sheet. So Wendy's going to line these up on this cookie sheet. It's going to look super fancy.
All right. When I lined them up to put them in the dish for my rotary, I was I made them all look all perfect. They looked so good. And everyone's like, oh, what did you bring? It looks so good. I'm like, it's bruschetta. Some people didn't even know what it was either, but they loved it.
Oh, of course they're going to eat it.
They raved all night about it. And that night, I happened to be the only one that brought food. So,
really?
yes.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, so it was kind of a real win, right?
Okay, so next time we'll make a double. All right, use that, since we got a little bit of leftover space, use that and make like a teeny tiny piece. Just cut the, there you go. See, I got enough there.
Okay, and then this one too?
Sure.
Gets a little harder to cut as they get littler.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put my olive oil in this condiment bottle, and you know, I brag about getting 2 of them at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree for $1.25, but I always put like a little bit, not a whole bottle, but this is organic olive oil that I buy at Walmart, some fancy brand, I don't remember what it is. But anyway, it's a little easier to squirt on top of the bread, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take and drizzle, I think that's the word, olive oil on all the bread.
Like this way?
Just one piece at a time.
Oh, one piece at a time. I don't know why I'm so worried about it. I feel like I'm just going to dump oil everywhere.
No,
Okay,
it's not,
okay,
it's just going to come out like in a little squeezy line. More than that. Keep going. Ooh, perfect.
Too much?
No,
No?
perfect.
Okay, I think we're getting this.
See why I use the squeezy bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much
So
easier to
fancy.
control. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
So I have this friend in Fort Myers, Florida, who was in the restaurant business for years, a little Italian guy off the boat, and he's an expert in olive oils.
Wow.
And you know, I just buy whatever is on the shelf. He is this aficionado, and he knows, well, you use this kind of olive oil for this and this kind of olive oil for that.
That's
and
awesome.
He has like 22 different kinds of olive oils that he uses. That's really intimidating.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Okay, there you go. And so the next thing that we do after we drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the cut up baguette, then we spoon the topping that Wendy made, and we spoon it on there. All right. So Wendy, show your handiwork to the camera.
Yeah, yes.
Very, very pretty. All right, and we're just going to bake
Beautiful.
this at 375. I don't remember if we said 350 or 375, but we're going to bake it at 375 for 12 minutes. And really what we're trying to do is just get the bread to be toast kind of crunchy, because the top will heat up. So go for it. So just as a reminder, please like and subscribe this episode. Let us know how your bruschetta turned out, and check us out on all of the social media platforms. And this is Wendy's opportunity to tell you a little bit about what she invented, because that too is very impressive. Go, girl.
Yeah, so go to janewick.com and you can follow us on any social media, but we're making women's gun range backpacks. So for her to go to the range and shoot and learn how to use her firearm responsibly and safely. So think Michael Kors meets the gun range. They're just beautiful bags, but janewick.com.
So the 12 minutes is up, and the bruschetta is done. It's kind of toasty, and as soon as it's cool enough to touch, we're going to put it on this cutting board, taste a piece, and then we're going to thank you for this episode and encourage you to try this anytime soon. Okay, so all right, here's the cutting board. Here are a few pieces that we took off, so we're going to taste it now.
Okay.
And then we know that Eddie's not going to taste it because he's really, really picky. I don't know, we might have, it's crunchy.
Yeah.
Oh. We do okay? Mm-hmm. All right, Clueless Cooks, that's it for the bruschetta episode. Sorry for talking with our mouth full, but just want to let you know that this is very easy. We want you to try it, and Wendy's husband's going to be really happy because she gets to keep all the bruschetta.
Right?
And thanks for letting us use your kitchen.
Yeah,
Really
thank you so
appreciate
much
it.
for having me.
You're welcome. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe on YouTube. And we're building subscriptions every day. Thank you very much. And social media, and it's at Clueless Cooking 101. And so check us out on YouTube and share this if you get a chance, because it's very impressive. And since it's so easy, we think that you're going to be a big hit when people actually think that you know how to cook, or you're learning, and they think that's very impressive. Right, Wendy?
Yeah, it was a big hit.
Okay, thanks again.